important to calibrate the digital compass on these units, and the way to do that is to move the thing in a figure 8. That's it, that's how easy it is. Okay, now we're going to set the preferences on the detour. To do that, we click on the lower right, and we get to decide our time zone, whether we have 24-hour or 12-hour clock, whether our distances are in yards or meters, or whether our temperature is in Celsius or Fahrenheit. Okay, right now we have to decide our time zone. So we click on the upper right, and we can advance the hour by clicking on the lower right, or we can subtract an hour by clicking on the lower left. In this case it's 4:30 right now. Okay, we can exit this by going to clicking the upper right. Alright, now we want to sit there and move on. Do we want 12-hour or 24-hour? We do this, we can toggle this with the upper right, 12-hour, 24-hour. Then we click the lower right again to go to yards versus meters. We select that by toggling with the upper right. Okay, and then finally we can decide how we want to show our temperatures. Okay, Celsius or Fahrenheit. Right now it's set at Celsius. We want it at Fahrenheit. And then finally we can exit the whole thing by clicking on the upper right button. Okay, when you turn on the detour device, you'll see a display like this. Okay, note the home icon. When we started today, we went to the Walmart and we used the car icon, which is one of the waypoints. We set a waypoint there at the Walmart, and according to this, in a straight line, we've gone about 13.1 miles, which is reasonable. Via the truck, it was 15.1 miles, which is reasonable because the road is not, of course, a straight line. As you keep hitting the upper left button, you're going to keep toggling through the waypoints. First there was the home, now there's the car, now we have the star, the flagpole, the target. Okay, and now we have more interesting information that's supplied that the older unit did not supply. One is the temperature, 53 degrees, and the other one is the altitude. Right now we're about 82,075 feet, and that's correct. Okay, hit it again, and we get a digital compass, and we get the coordinates, the latitude and longitude of our location. So this is a hint for those of you who saw the first video of the Bushnell Backtrack device and you wanted to know where we hiked. This is where we hiked. So if you use this with Google Maps, you can find the location of where we started our hike. Okay, I hit it again, and we're back to the original home location. I haven't shown you how to set a waypoint, so I've chosen the star waypoint, and you hold the upper right button until you see that target symbol, and now you've set that waypoint. Now we're 0 yards from that. To provide a comparison while I walk, I'm also going to use this unit. So I'm going to set the star waypoint also for this location. Okay, and that shows that we've set the waypoint. I actually decided to drop myself off 0.5 miles away, according to the truck, from the waypoint, because it's cold and windy, as you can hear the wind. And as you can see, both units are pointing approximately in the right direction, and they both indicate 0.5 miles. So we're just going to start walking along this road, which is towards the waypoint. Okay, both units are reading 0.4 miles and pointing just about in the right direction. Looking good. At this point, the units have both converted to yards, with the left unit saying 692 yards and the right saying 694 yards. That's exceptionally good agreement between the two units. I do need to mention that in order to get the best compass accuracy, you really need to keep both units as level as possible. Okay, right now we're down to 594 versus 595 yards. Okay, and we're at 496 yards versus 496. But the compass is pointing in the right direction, which, I'll lift up the camera, is that way. Okay, we're at 396 yards versus 398, and the compass is still pointing in the correct direction. Okay, we're at 299 yards versus 297. Compass is still pointing in the correct direction. All right, we're about 108 yards versus 200 on the detour. Okay, we're now reporting 97 yards versus 103 yards. We'll notice that the compasses are pointing somewhat to the left, which is correct because now the waypoint is over at that shack. And we've zeroed out. Okay, the other unit's saying about 3 yards. I want to show you a panoramic view of the area that we're walking through here. It's really quite pretty. And now you have the coordinates. You can come visit. Entry fee is $5. One of the really nice features of the detour is the ability to be able to record your trip. Okay, now although I didn't record my walk since it was only half a mile and not terribly interesting, we did record the trip, the drive here, which was about 15 miles. Okay, and I didn't show that to you before. And this is the information that can be uploaded to your computer, so you can actually see your trip on your computer. Okay, to do that, you press the lower left button. Okay, and that shows, in fact, our trip, 15 miles with an average speed of 44.6 miles an hour as we drove. Okay, and what you'll see at the bottom is a memory indicator, indicating how much memory you've used in terms of percentage. Bushnell claims about 48 hours of continuous usage, recording, to fill up this memory. I have not tested that claim. However, I have put on an awful lot of hours and basically got up to about a third of the memory. To turn it on, you simply hold the button, the lower left button, and you'll see a little figure starting to walk. Okay, that means that you're starting to record your trip. Now, we haven't blown away the previous trip. This is a new trip, so you can put in as many trips as you want until you fill up memory, and then when you attach it to the computer, all those trips will be uploaded to your computer. So in part 3, we'll show you how that works, and we'll show you how to display things on your computer and the different modes that you can use to display the information. Okay, we're going to move on to part 3 of the video. Thank you.